hot ass Friday.
It's a Friday, huh? So we could be good, like going out or.
Yeah, but I could be going out, but I choose to be here, and that's the difference. A lot of people will say I have to be here, I have to lose weight, I have to eat right. A lot of people say I have to. You don't have to do nothing. Like, I don't have to be here. I can easily go wherever I want, but I choose to be here.
You want to be here.
I want to be. I choose because I know what's coming up around the corner. So I look at it, man. Don't get me wrong. I wish, or I would prefer to be out at a barbecue, eating, drinking beer and stuff. But what's more important is this fight coming up. So I choose to be here to get better and to whoop ass.
That's right.
People ask me all the time, you know, why do you fight? What made you want to become a fighter? And honestly, I don't know why. It's just something that I've always wanted to do. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a fighter. But back then it was more leaning towards wanting to be a boxer. There was no local boxing gyms nearby that I can join, so I just joined the local karate school. Now the moment that I knew I wanted to be an MMA fighter was when I was in junior high. I saw UFC 7. The moment I saw that, I was like, damn, now that's it. That's what I want to do. And it's funny because, you know, a lot of people would probably look at that and be like, hey, that is brutal, or I'm glad that's not me in there. But it wasn't the case for me. Now, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know when I was going to do it. I just knew that that's what I was going to do. When high school came along, that was a period of distraction for me. Those were 4 years of my life that being a professional athlete did not even cross my mind. It was when I was 19, I saw a commercial advertising the pay-per-view for UFC 32. Now, I had not seen a live UFC pay-per-view since I was in junior high. So that weekend, I tuned in, I watched the fights. I know this sounds overly dramatic, but I'm telling you, it's the truth. As soon as that fight was over, all those feelings I had as a kid of wanting to be a fighter came rushing back to me. And in that instance, I just told myself, it's either now or never. I left my full-time job and I got a part-time job just so I can have time to go train. I began to commute 1 hour to Fresno's Pacific Martial Arts. After a few months of training there, I began to do the smokers. And I started doing smokers all over the area, sometimes without even my coaches knowing. I just wanted to fight, and I just wanted to keep improving. After 2 years of training, my car was no longer reliable. It just could not make that commute anymore. But luckily, my friend had told me about this local gym that had opened up in Merced. I had my first professional fight November of 2005. Walking up to that cage for me was a dream come true. I put in a lot of hard work into my training and into my preparation. I just knew that there was no other place I'd rather be than in that cage. The fight was at 160 pounds. I fought 6'2" Chris Cole. I was told he was really good in jiu-jitsu, but none of that bothered me. I prepared for all aspects of the game. Within the first minute and a half, I fractured my right hand, but it didn't matter to me because there's something I do know about myself is that I'm gonna fight, and that's exactly what I did. I kept fighting and submitted him by the second round. The victory was a great feeling. All those sacrifices and training I had done had paid off at that one moment. It already had me looking forward to the next fight. My second fight, I would go on to defeat my opponent, submitted him in the second round. The fight after that, I was a co-main event for Gladiator Challenge. It was a back and forth battle that earned us the fight of the night. And although I lost that fight, it earned me recognition among the local MMA scene. From that point on, I would go on a winning streak, finishing all my opponents, which earned me a title shot against Palace Fighting Championships featherweight champion Sean Baez. The fight was scheduled for January 17, 2008. This was going to be my first title shot, my first time on TV, first time getting paid more money. In preparation for this fight, I did what I always did. I put myself in isolation. No parties, no drinking. All my focus was going into this fight. After winning the first 3 rounds, I submitted him in the 4th.
And the new PFC featherweight champion, King Arthur Arciniega.
That was a great moment in my life. It was an awesome achievement, and what should have been a great year turned out to be a year full of trials and tribulations. I was laid off from work. I lost my apartment. I would lose my title by decision. I would get knocked out in my fight after that. I was no longer focusing. And although I got back on the winning track after beating Jared Papazian, still things didn't seem right. After dropping a decision to Chad Mendes, I had to take a step back and reevaluate things, answer some of my own questions. Was I actually going to allow things to affect me and get in my way to take me off course? Or was I going to identify the problems and focus on the solutions? I would no longer stress about things I cannot control. That I will focus on the things that I can control. That's my attitude and my actions towards anything that happens to me. As far as fighting goes, the one thing that I can control is my training, because anything can happen in a fight. I would train to win, not cut myself short, dare to be great, and let the chips fall where they may. I'm currently on a winning streak. I've reinvented myself. I'm really enjoying the journey in this sport, but there's still a lot of things that I want to accomplish before my career is over. I'm just really happy to be living the dream. You know, life, it has ups and downs, highs and lows. You just gotta go with it, accept it. It's all a making of a character.